How are you doing? It's Hex Assist. I'm coming at you with another video today to discuss this deck. So yesterday I managed to get to 4.3k, but I also managed to get Catapult. Got Catapult in the shop here. I also got an amulet as well, which unfortunately I don't have enough money to actually craft yet, but we'll get that by doing some co-op. That's no problem at all. But the focus of this is this deck, and it is, pardon the pun, absolutely stunning. So as you'll see, we've got Thunderer, Ivy, Catapult, Bombardier and Frost, and on top of that we've got Jay as well. So really making the most of the slow stun decks before we can go ahead and expect the Vortex changes. So the new mini boss that's coming up that will randomly appear in place of Bannerlord, so wave 3 onwards, is immune to all control effects and can speed up the mobs around it as well. So making the most of this deck before we have to adapt to the new mini boss. Luckily, Thunderer is gonna get hit by the faction blessing, which we discussed a little earlier. So that is going to level up our Thunderer every 60 seconds, or one of our Thunderers if we've got a few. So yeah, we can expect a damage boost, and this slow is absolutely insane. So we'll go ahead and hop into a couple of games just to show you. It works very much to if you played a Crystal Mountain deck or anything like that, or if you've been at the low levels and you played Cold Mage, Bombardier and all of that as well. If you're lucky enough to have Frost or Stasis as well. It's very much a slow deck. It's all about outlasting your opponent, with Ivy and Thunderer giving you the wave clear that you need to survive. So let's go head into a game, PvP, and we'll see what we can do. I'll just show you a couple of games. As soon as you've seen the deck, you'll know exactly what to do. So here we go. What I'm going to do is a little tip that I showed you earlier, or that I mentioned earlier in the weekly faction blessing, is I'm going to leave my Thunderer there on his own. Maybe try and get an Ivy as well. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave the board like this. So that is basically the only Thunderer on the board is the one on the left. This one here. So that one now, every 60 seconds, will get tiered up by 1. So if we can get that to a sort of tier 2 or tier 3 or even tier 4, we are going to be looking really good. I'm looking over at their deck there. I can't see anything that's going to get boosted by this week's meta. They're running a Vamp stun deck as well with Ivy. So there you go. You see our Thunderer just got leveled up, and before we even get to the first boss, our Thunderer is going to be tier 3. It is Bedlam, so it is going to get switched around, but then we can start spamming the board and hopefully get some more Thunderers so we can level those up. But let's see what happens. Ivy's keeping the lane nice and clear. That's what I like about Ivy at this level. If you can get Ivy, I would definitely recommend playing it in almost any deck, down at sort of in the arenas and in the early leagues. So anything from 0 up to 5k, Ivy is probably going to be really effective. And I found the combination with Thunderer works really well, especially in a slow deck like this. So keep our lane as low as possible. Here we go. I'm going to spam now, so hopefully we can kill the boss really quickly. I'm not going to merge. We basically just want to get loads of damage on it straight away. So we got flipped, but it's actually not a bad flip. It's pretty good. So see if we can kill this before it gets wiped out. There we go. Okay, so now we will basically look to get sort of 2 or 3 Frost, 1 or 2 Bombardier, 2 or 3 Catapults, and then the rest we will try and aim to get as Thunderers. Let's merge out those 2 Frost. So we've got a couple of Ivy. Merge that Ivy. I ideally want to get rid of that one Bombardier. Let's merge those as well. So we've got another Frost. Bombardier, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so we're looking good. Tamer coming up next. So here's the idea. Have one, at least tier 2 Bombardier. Have 2 or 3 catapults, 2 or 3 Frost. And then the rest, Thunderers and Ivy to provide you damage. But the idea is those catapults, those Frost, that Bombardier, just going to absolutely slow everything down while everything else just gets absolutely annihilated. So Tamer, so we're going to level up all of our units. Level up our Thunderer. So we've got 4 Thunderers on the board, so every 60 seconds, one of those will get hit and upgraded by 1 level. So we're looking pretty sweet at the minute. We are looking good. Looking at their deck over there, they've got Wind Archer in. They could equally use Thunderer as their damage dealer, and they would benefit then from the Faction Blessing as well. So Tamer's going to be no problem for us. So he's doing alright over there as well. See, lots of slow and stun over there, lots of mana building, but not much damage, so gonna struggle with the wave clear. So we're okay. I think they might take a hit. They might take a hit, because they're not doing a lot of damage. Nope. Pop the trainer, didn't need to. Gorgon. Okay. Not a problem. So I think we will just focus on leveling up our units. There's not really anything we need to do with our boards. We're in pretty good shape. We've got our Thunderers doing the main damage. Also adding a little bit of their own slow as well. We've got a couple of tier 3s there. The catapults are doing their work. Bombardier's doing his work. And Frost just slowing it all down. So this is what it's all about. Just absolutely nailing the waves before they even get to the corner, hopefully. And then just for good measure, you've got your J as well. You can pop every now and again just to try and keep that down. Here we go. Do we need to do anything? I don't think we do. We'll level up our Frost anyway. Pop this trainer early. 20 seconds left. Bannerlord is definitely going to make it. That is a GG. Good game, my friends. Thanks for playing. So yeah, Ivy really, really strong. Both of us hitting over 2 million with Ivy. So definitely, if you have Ivy and you're down here in the arenas, early leagues, Ivy is your friend. What have we got in the quests? Collect the tokens. We got trainer. One thing. Rush for glory. So we finished in the top 25. So we have a chance at a legendary. Let's get it. Gold. Bombardier. Sharpshooter. Mime. No legendary. Never mind. Try again next week. But yeah, let's just do one more game just to show you this deck. It's very, very simple. 2 or 3 Frost, 2 or 3 Catapults, 1 or 2 Bombardiers, and then the rest Thunderer. Really, really simple. And make the most of Thunderer for this week's Faction Blessing. Let's hit him with a good luck. So Boreas Thunder over there. Cauldron, interesting. So that will get leveled up as well because that's in the Magic Council. So the mana generation over there could be pretty sweet. Let's try and get an Ivy over here on our boards. Just getting Thunderers. There we go. That'll help with the wave clear. And let's just sit and build some mana. But yeah, the mana generation as well. So the Cauldron, especially if you're running it in PvP as well, in co-op as well. That'll get a boost every 180 seconds. So that'll give you some extra mana for your co-op runs as well. But we're looking good. We've already got a tier 2 Bombardier, which is nice. Got an Ivy, tier 2 Thunderer. So just before the boss, so we'll let everything hit that Thunder at the minute. Just before the boss, we'll spam the board. Try and take it out before we get flipped. So we're looking good, we're looking good. Tell me what you think about this deck. I know a lot of you are going to say it's toxic. A lot of you will. But yeah, I'm making the most of it before Vortex appears, because hopefully these decks are going to disappear. And up at the top of the ladder, especially when you've got Stasis, be interested to see whether or not it's immune to Stasis. Is that a control effect? It is, really. I don't know whether or not they'll... I don't know how that mechanic will work. And Portal Mage as well will be interesting to see how that mechanic works. And will they be vulnerable to hero effects like Jay and Snowflake? And Gadget with the slow. Okay, here we go. Let's settle our board. So we've got a couple of Ivies. I probably want to level these up a little bit. Let's do that, do that, do that. Oh, got a nice catapult there. Save some more mana. Level up our Ivies. Swap that. So we've got some really good Bombardiers now. Really good. Haven't got a great deal of damage. We could do with another Frost. And maybe a tier 2 Ivy. Tier 2 Ivy, excellent. Out another catapult. Bit too many catapults. Let's see, can we get another Thunderer? Another Thunderer would be nice. Another Ivy, that's okay. Tamer next, so exactly the same combination as we had last time. Let's swap those. Okay, we haven't got many Frosts. I would ideally like one more Frost and one less Bombardier. But hopefully the 2 tier 3 Bombardiers will put in the work so those Frosts isn't really needed as much. So let's hit our J as well, just to clear this wave a little bit while we level up our units. Level up our Thunderer and our Ivy. So passively with the Faction Blessing, every 60 seconds, one of your Thunderers is going to get a level up as well. Which is really, really going to help this deck. Let's up our Bombardier, try and stun this at the start line. And our Catapult as well. Yeah, really, really interested in your thoughts. Ever since I saw Catapult at start coming in about 3,000 trophies, I just needed it. And then it popped up in the shop. And I was just like, yes, absolutely. Because before I was running this with Dryad. So my 3 legendaries on this account are Frost, Dryad and Hex. Hex isn't really working for me at the moment. Frost is always solid. But yeah, I was running this deck with Dryad instead of Catapult. So having the double slow, but adding the triple slow has really kicked it on to the next level. So we'll up our Thunderers. So we've got, this is the third boss. We've got Bannerlord coming up in 10 seconds. So we will save our J for Bannerlord. Hopefully our wave will be quite clear by then. Let's up our Ivy. Here we go, Bannerlord. Let's clear the mobs in front. Okay, let's hit our J. Freeze them there on the corner. So is it Kraboda? Sorry if I'm getting that really, really wrong. Kraboda has got their trainer. But Bannerlord is almost there. I think this is a dub. Good game, my friends. Good game. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's the deck. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff. Everything you need is down in the description. My player IDs for both my free-to-play and my main account as well. So add me if you want. Come and chat to me on Discord. But yeah, definitely like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And I will be back very soon with another video. Until then, take care, guys.